Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of Traditional Tuesday. Today we go right back into the CraZart markers, so it's a follow-up to the first CraZart marker video that I did, and this time I found a really large pack of CraZart markers. They're the thin tips, and there were 64 markers in one, so I figured, hey, you know what would be cool? Let's do another one. And normally I would talk over this entire drawing, but I have a summary towards the end, so I'm just gonna let you guys watch the drawing, enjoy the music, and then follow up with you at the end. Alright, we'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, so I just finished up with the CraZart thin tip markers, and my review on the thin tips are surprisingly, they're not as good as the fat markers. They don't bleed as much, so you can't blend them, and since they're not, of the utmost professional marker quality, there's not enough ink that comes out, so it doesn't blend really well. And so I was using like some of my highest quality paper because I really wanted to try and do a good job with it, and layering the markers really just ate away at the paper, so it saturated certain points a little bit too much, and then it would just flake off. So it was really kind of pulling up on the paper, which added an interesting little texture to the paper, but it just wasn't working for what I thought. I mean, because honestly, the thick tip markers put out more ink, and you were allowed to actually smear it and smudge it, and you were actually able to blend it a lot better. So, who knows, maybe I have to do one final CraZart video where I use both the thick and the thin, so the thick one to lay down all the colors, and then the thin ones to really put in some details and stuff like that. But, so this is what it ended up looking like. Okay, so I mean, it's not horrible, but for what I'm looking for, it like right here where some of it's not blending as well. That's just, it's a personal thing. It's not bad, but in the end, I guess what happens when you're playing around with these kind of markers is a point, or at least the point that I'm trying to make with these is that it's not really about the material that you use, but the time and effort that you put into trying to perfect your craft and become better at what you do. Now, with that said, you get what you pay for, okay? So I use Shinhan Art touch markers. They are the best, okay? So they are the best in the market. Very vibrant colors, puts out ink, doesn't bleed all over the place, and it's great. And you can instantly tell the difference between something that you have to pay, $60 for a set versus 64 markers for $7. And so even though it's not the materials that make the artist, but the artists that really make the materials shine, if you don't have the right tools, it does take a lot more time, and it is a lot harder, and you have to perfect using a material or a tool that is not as professional or meant to use in such a capacity. So while I highly implore everybody to go out and actually try different type of markers and crayons and color pencils and stuff, because what works for me might not work for you. So, you want to go ahead and keep trying, keep experimenting with everything, and don't let people tell you, oh, this is the best, so you need to use this, but try it. And if you don't like it, move on. Find something that works for you. But in the end, it's all about the artist putting in the work. And, I had a lot of fun with these, and there might even be a third video just to combine both the thick tip markers and the thin ones and see what I can come up with then. But as of now, the thick tip CraZart markers are definitely on the top of my CraZart list. So if you're asking for a recommendation for CraZart markers, get the thick ones because they let out more ink and you can actually smear them better. But that's just me, and I will see you at the next video.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to check out some of my other videos, click on the link on your right. Or, if you're interested in a more behind-the-scenes and personal look at what I do on a day-to-day basis, please click on the link that leads you to the vlog. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next video.